What's going on, guys? Jeff here with Dimestack Welding, and today I'm going to be using my DIY tube bender to build me a new welding cart. All right, guys, so here are my two welders. I got the Lincoln 210MP multi-process machine. I mostly use it for MIG. It can do TIG and stick too. But before I was able to try out the TIG welding on this one, I bought this one, which is the Lincoln Square Wave 200. AC/DC, so I do a lot of aluminum work on the side. So this thing has been an absolute goat. I've got these two carts here. This one is just a cheap one from Princess Auto. I was in one day, I was gonna build a welding cart a couple of years ago, and I went in to find some casters, and then I went to the welding section, and this one was actually cheaper for the full cart than it was for 4 casters. So that's why I bought that one. Kind of does the job all right. Pretty flimsy. This one's from Uncle Wiener's. It's a cheap liquidation store near my house. So it's got these drawers, which is kind of handy, but the handles have broken off and the doors are pretty stiff. So my plan here is to make a welding cart that holds both of these two machines and the 2 bottles. So here's the shape for the bottom level of this welding cart. I've just gone and bent these TIG welding filler rods to kind of show you the shape. These are where my 2 bottles are going to sit at the back, and then the 2 welders are going to be stacked on top of each other here. So basically this frame is going to flare out at the back here, and at the front it's going to take a 90 and go straight up. All right, guys, so normally when most people get a welder, their first project is building a welding cart. I've had my welders for 3 or 4 years now, and I haven't built a cart. So this one's gonna be pretty fancy. I'm planning to build it out of this 1-inch round tube that I built my tube bender for. And I'm planning to make it look like a tube buggy, roll cage kind of style, lots of bends. All the tubes are gonna be coped and welded out nice. So yeah, let's get into it. So just like my tube bender, I don't really have a blueprint or a plan for this. I just kind of have it all up here in my head. So let's start bending some tube and see what happens. So that was my first time using this tube bender. It actually worked out pretty nice. I got a 45 here, a 45 there, and a 90 right there. Sitting nice and flat on my table. That's 90 degrees. So now I just gotta go and bend the other side. All right, guys, I got my second piece all bent up here. It matches the first one I bent pretty closely. As you can see here, they're both bang on. I might have to trim a little bit off here. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do, but I've got this first cross member in, notched in my tube notcher, and I got my second piece cut here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I do to notch these tubes. So this is an important tool I've been using for this whole build. I just made it today out of an old exhaust clamp and a piece of flat bar welded on there. So what this does, I clamp this on my tube, and then I make my first notch, and then when I turn around and put the other end in, I make sure that the bubble is still level, and that way both of my notches wind up on the same plane. So this is called a plane gauge. So I'm going to show you how that all clamps up into the notcher right now. All right, guys, so here's my little tube notcher. I got it from Princess Auto. I think it was like 90 bucks or something. Can't go wrong. Milwaukee drill on here and a Milwaukee hole saw. So basically all I'm gonna do, I've already gone in and figured out my stick out. So from this piece here to the end of my tube, I want 1.125. So I'm just gonna measure that quick. 1.125 right there. Clamp her down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my plane gauge on here. And which way? This way. Just slide it over here. And because this tube is so short, I need it all the way as far as I can go that way. Just clamp her down here. And then I'm gonna make sure that this is reading level. So then now when I make my notch here, I can go and flip this tube around, make that level again, and then both of the notches are gonna be on the same plane. So I'm just gonna give her a shot of WD-40 here and get to notching. All right, so there's one notch done. So now I'm just gonna take this out of here, flip it around. There's the notch there. Not too bad. Flip that around, and then I'm gonna get my 1.125 stick out. There. And then I'm gonna make this guy level. Couple taps with the adjustable hammer. Make sure I still got 1.125. And we're good to go. Just like that. All right, guys, I'm really realizing that you can never have enough of these fixture table clamps. I've only got 4 of them right now, and I'm using all of them, plus a couple vice grips. But I got this thing squared up, straight on the table. So I'm gonna drop a couple tacks on each one and see how it looks. This thing is looking great, guys. I got my welder up here in the tank just to kind of give you an idea of what we're working with here. So it fits in there nice and tight. I'm gonna be putting a plate under here so this welder's got something to sit on. And then I made this back section a little bit bigger than what the bottles are, but if I ever get bigger bottles down the road, they'll still be able to fit in here. So what I'm thinking for the next level for my MIG welder is I'm gonna build a piece that comes up from here, straight up, turns 90, and comes level with this guy here. As far as coming out in front or doing a kind of bend, I don't really know what to do up there, but I'm just gonna bend a tube and see what happens. So I got this next bar already bent and ready to go in. I've gone and notched these 2 front bars, so it's just gonna sit nice in there like that. And then I've also notched down here. But something that I want to show you guys that's really cool down here is on this tube here. We've got a tube going this way, but we've also got a tube intersecting this way. So what I've done is I've gone in and I've notched it one way, like that. And then the other way, this way, I've just done half. So what that's gonna do, and I've already welded up that joint there. So now, so you can see it there, that's gonna give me the perfect fit. Just gonna bring the camera closer here. That's gonna give me the perfect fit around this joint here. Look at that, no gaps at all. So I'm gonna get that one tacked in nice and square and move on. Well guys, that's about all the time I have to spend on this thing tonight, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out. The shape's coming together. It's all nice and square, nice and straight. So hopefully tomorrow morning I'm gonna come back out here and keep working on this thing and see if I can get it all done. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button if you want to see more builds like this and to see this thing get finished off. Thanks for watching.